You can sue anyone for anything in 2026. This boneless wing isn't a wing, this is a chicken tender. We got a problem. We're gonna sue you, Buffalo Wild Wing, because your wings aren't wings. You know what goes with a good wing? A good beer. Yeah. Today's episode is brought to you by Big Oyster Brewery. Big Oyster Brewery. This is a IPA, Hammerhead IPA, 6.4% of alcohol, West Coast style India Pale Ale. Man, I love a good pale ale, right? I haven't had this Hammerhead IPA. I'm excited to try it. We're going to be talking about wings today. Buffalo Wild Wings, to be specific. Now, there was a lawsuit that was filed by a patron at Buffalo Wild Wings. And they said, we got a problem. We're going to sue you, Buffalo Wild Wing, because your wings aren't wings. They're chicken breasts. And this is false advertising. And would you believe that actually happened? That's a real lawsuit. This patron, I'll try this real quick, hold on. Big Oyster Brewery. Damn. Hammerhead IPA. West Coast. This is a great beer. Great beer for like a tailgate. You know, oh my God. If you like an IPA, Hammerhead, Big Oyster Brewery IPA. Try this. This is really good. I'm going to sip on this while we talk about this. It just goes to show, you can sue anyone for anything in 2026. I mean, first of all, who's got the time? Who's got the time to be like, going to Buffalo Wild Wings, eating wings and being like, this boneless wing isn't a wing, this is a chicken tender. It's false advertising. You know, some people went around it. Like, I think like TGI Fridays didn't call them wings, they called them like poppers, right? But Buffalo Wild Wings was like, these are our wild boneless wings. When in actuality, they weren't actually wings, they were chicken breasts. And this guy had the audacity to be like, I'm suing you. This isn't a wing. And so the courts had to then go in and figure out, like, you know, is there any precedent to this? What's the damage? And is this a valid, bona fide claim? And that's the question you should ask yourself. If I'm a restaurant and I sell boneless chicken wings that are not wings, but chicken breasts, sliced, diced, fried, and served, should I be sued? And what do you think the court found? Court found in favor of Buffalo Wild Wings. They said it doesn't matter if it's a wing or if it's a breast. There's no law or statute that says like there's this strict liability where if you're going to be serving a wing, then it's got to be a wing, right? Now, what's really interesting about this is in the industry, this isn't the only time that something like this has happened. Let's take the word kombucha, for example. Kombucha. Now, what is kombucha? You've probably heard You've probably heard the word. Kombucha is a fermented drink where they have a SCOBY. It's like a type of bacteria. And you make tea. You put a little piece of bacteria on top of the tea. You put sugar in the tea. You cover the whole thing with cloth so mold doesn't get in there. And the SCOBY eats the sugar and ferments the tea. And after about 60 days, you use a little scoop, and off the top, you take the bacteria off, and then you pour the tea into a filter, and it pours out, and you can drink that, and it has trace amounts of alcohol. And that is how you make kombucha. Now, the word kombucha itself is not a regulated term. Some terms are regulated, like the word organic. The word organic is a regulated term, meaning if you put the word organic on something and it's not actually organic, you could be held accountable for misrepresenting your product. But kombucha is not a regulated word, meaning you could put the word kombucha on toothpaste, soap, a candle, anything, and call it kombucha and get away with selling your product because the term itself is not regulated. Now, the Kombucha Association of America or one of these organizations is trying to get the word to have a regulated like standard where you can't call something kombucha unless it fits the definition of like a fermented beverage product that's made in a certain process, but it hasn't passed yet. So technically today, you can serve anything and call it a kombucha product. If Big Oyster wanted to put kombucha on this, they could and get away with it. And it's the same thing now with wings, like Buffalo Wild Wings. They call their chicken breast tenders boneless wings, and the court found in their favor and threw the lawsuit out, having no standing for or setting any precedent for declaring a wing to be a regulated term in the food space. Fun facts like that are what really empower my day. I love these types of articles. If you have something similar to this or know a similar story to this, comment, like, subscribe, all the above, and let us know so we can do a little feature on it here at the GroDega Podcast. I want to thank, I got to try this whale song, Big Oyster Brewery for being our sponsor today. And I'm going to finish this offset. Thank you.